Hey you! Ever wondered about the Olmec's colossal heads and lost knowledge? Join me on a journey to the heart of Mesoamerica to unravel the mysteries of the first great civilization. Prepare to be amazed. Subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss out. So you're ready to delve into the mystery of the Olmecs, huh? Prepare yourself for a journey back in time, to a world shrouded in the mists of prehistory. We're talking about the very dawn of Mesoamerican civilization, a time when colossal heads and intricate carvings began to whisper tales of a sophisticated society. These weren't just primitive people, they were innovators, masters of their environment, and architects of a culture that would profoundly shape the future. Imagine a world without writing, yet brimming with complex social structures, intricate religious beliefs, and an advanced understanding of agriculture. That's the Olmec world. Their influence spread far and wide, impacting subsequent civilizations in ways we're only beginning to understand. Their mysterious disappearance only adds to the intrigue, leaving behind a legacy of stunning artifacts and a wealth of unanswered questions. You might be wondering, what makes the Olmecs so unique? Well, for starters, they were the first major civilization in Mesoamerica, paving the way for the Maya, the Aztec, and countless others. Their artistic achievements are breathtaking. Those colossal heads, for example, are simply awe-inspiring. But beyond the impressive sculptures lies a deeper mystery: their sophisticated understanding of mathematics, astronomy, and ritual practices. We're still unraveling their secrets today. So you're stepping into Mesoamerica, the heart of ancient civilization. Imagine lush rainforests teeming with life, fertile valleys perfect for farming, and towering mountains reaching for the sky. This wasn't just a land, it was a cradle, nurturing the very first complex societies in this part of the world. Think about the sheer scale of it. Rivers carving paths through the landscape, providing vital resources and connecting settlements. You're looking at the birthplace of incredible advancements, a place where ideas blossomed and cultures thrived. This wasn't just some random collection of villages. It was a network of interconnected communities, each contributing to the rich tapestry of Mesoamerican life. You'll see evidence of sophisticated agriculture, ingenious irrigation systems, cleverly terraced hillsides, all designed to maximize the land's potential. Imagine the bustling marketplaces, the exchange of goods and ideas, the slow but steady evolution of societal structures. It's a world built on cooperation and innovation. Think about the ingenuity required to build monumental structures, to develop complex calendars, and to create elaborate religious rituals. You're witnessing the birth of a civilization that would leave an indelible mark on history, a legacy that continues to inspire awe and wonder. It's a story of resilience, adaptation, and the incredible capacity of humans to shape their environment and build something truly extraordinary. And it all began right here, in the heart of Mesoamerica. Now, picture this. You're on the Gulf Coast of Mexico, a land shaped by the mighty rivers and the vast expanse of the sea. This is Olmec country, the heart of their civilization. Imagine the humid air, heavy with the scent of blooming vegetation, the sounds of exotic birds echoing through the jungle, and the rhythmic crash of waves against the shore. This fertile land provided the Olmecs with everything they needed to thrive. You'll discover that the Olmecs weren't just farmers. They were master engineers and builders. They constructed sophisticated irrigation systems to manage the water resources, ensuring bountiful harvests. Think of the intricate canals, the raised fields, and the ingenious techniques they developed to cultivate the land, a testament to their deep understanding of their environment. Their ingenuity shaped not just their agriculture, but the very landscape itself. The Olmec heartland wasn't just about agriculture. It was also a place of immense cultural and religious significance. Imagine the bustling ceremonial centers, where monumental sculptures stood as silent witnesses to rituals and celebrations. These weren't just random structures. They were carefully planned and executed, reflecting a sophisticated understanding of astronomy, mathematics, and the cosmos. They were deeply connected to the rhythms of nature and the cycles of life and death. Now, you're standing at the edge of San Lorenzo, the first true Olmec metropolis, Imagine it, a sprawling city, unlike anything you've ever seen. Giant earthworks, massive platforms, and colossal stone heads, all testament to a society at the height of its power. You can almost feel the energy of this place, a buzzing hive of activity, where skilled artisans crafted intricate jade carvings and powerful rulers commanded their people. Think about the sheer scale of the undertaking. Moving those colossal heads, some weighing over 40 tons, required incredible engineering skill and an organized workforce. You see the evidence of their complex social structure in the carefully planned layout of the city, the sophisticated water management systems, and the impressive public works. It was a society that understood the power of collective effort. But San Lorenzo wasn't just about impressive architecture and engineering. It was also a center of religious and ceremonial life. You can imagine the rituals performed on those massive platforms, the offerings made to the gods, the intricate dances and ceremonies. The very earth seems to hum with the echoes of their spiritual beliefs and practices. This was a place of power, a place of mystery, a place that continues to captivate us today. Now, picture this. You're journeying south, leaving San Lorenzo behind. The jungle thickens. The air hangs heavy with the scent of damp earth and unseen things. You arrive at La Venta, a city that dwarfs even San Lorenzo in its ambition. This isn't just a collection of settlements. It's a meticulously planned metropolis, a testament to Olmec power and ingenuity. Imagine the sheer effort involved, the thousands of hands shaping this landscape. At its heart lie colossal pyramids, built not of stone, but of earth, painstakingly sculpted and layered. These aren't just mounds, they're monumental structures, reaching towards the sky, each a symbol of the Olmecs' mastery over their environment and their deep understanding of cosmology. Imagine the priests, the rulers, the workers, all toiling together to create this breathtaking city. La Venta wasn't just about grandeur, it was a center of power. Think of the elaborate ceremonies, the complex rituals, the political maneuvering that took place within its walls. Imagine the weight of history, the echoes of ancient voices whispering secrets from the past. You're walking among the remnants of a sophisticated society, a civilization that shaped the course of Mesoamerican history. The power they wielded is palpable, even today. Now, imagine yourself pushing deeper into the heart of Olmec territory. You leave La Venta behind, the echoes of its grandeur fading, as you journey towards Tres Zapotes. This site, nestled amongst lush vegetation, reveals a different facet of Olmec civilization. It's a bustling center, a testament to their adaptability and enduring power. You'll see evidence of a sophisticated urban planning, hinting at a complex social structure far beyond what you've witnessed before. Tres Zapotes wasn't just a residential area. It was a vital hub for trade and craftsmanship. Think of skilled artisans shaping jade, obsidian, and other precious materials into intricate objects, their workshops buzzing with activity. The sheer volume of artifacts unearthed here underscores the economic prowess of this Olmec center. You can almost hear the rhythmic clang of stone against stone, the hushed whispers of secrets passed down through generations. But Tres Zapotes holds another, more enigmatic secret. Here, you'll find the famous Stela C, a monumental stone carving depicting a ruler, perhaps even a god-king, adorned in elaborate regalia. Its intricate details, hinting at a rich cosmology and sophisticated understanding of the cosmos, continue to puzzle scholars. This single stone monument speaks volumes about the Olmecs' advanced societal structure and their profound connection to the spiritual world. It's a piece of history that demands closer inspection. So how do we actually date these incredible Olmec achievements? You're looking at a civilization that predates the written word. So figuring out their timeline relies on other methods. Archaeologists use a combination of techniques, primarily radiocarbon dating of organic materials found at the sites. Imagine tiny fragments of wood or charcoal, offering whispers of the past, giving us clues about when structures were built or when certain rituals took place. Another crucial tool is stratigraphy, the study of layers of earth. You see, each layer represents a different period, like pages in a giant history book. By carefully examining the sequence of these layers and the artifacts within them, we can build a relative chronology. Think of it like piecing together a massive puzzle, each fragment a clue to the Olmecs' past. It's painstaking work, but it paints a clearer picture with each discovery. Beyond these methods, stylistic analysis of Olmec art also helps. You'll notice subtle changes in the sculpting techniques, the artistic styles of the colossal heads, or the decoration on ceramics over time. These changes, though gradual, allow researchers to establish sequences and relative dates, helping to refine our understanding of the Olmec timeline. It's a detective story unfolding layer by layer, clue by clue. So, archaeologists use a clever technique called radiocarbon dating on organic materials found at Olmec sites to get a clearer picture. But to understand their incredible achievements, you also need to grasp how they fed their growing populations. Imagine thousands of people living in these bustling settlements. Where did all that food come from? The answer lies in their sophisticated agricultural practices. They weren't just throwing seeds into the ground. They developed advanced irrigation systems, creating canals and raised fields to manage water effectively. This allowed them to cultivate crops like maize, beans, and squash on a massive scale, ensuring a reliable food supply. Think of the ingenuity involved. It's a testament to their understanding of nature and their ability to harness its power. This wasn't just about survival. It was about creating a surplus. This agricultural abundance allowed for specialization of labor, meaning not everyone had to be a farmer. Some could dedicate their time to crafting those incredible sculptures, building monumental structures, or developing their complex social systems. This agricultural foundation was the bedrock of their entire civilization. So you've got a grasp of how we date these incredible sites. But how did Olmec society actually function? Think of it less like a single kingdom and more like a network of interconnected settlements, each with its own ruler, but all recognizing a degree of overall authority. This wasn't a rigid, centralized empire like later civilizations. It was a complex, fluid system, a web of influence rather than a strict hierarchy. At the top, you had these powerful rulers, often depicted in those magnificent colossal heads. These weren't just portraits, they were symbols of power and authority. Below them, you likely had a priestly class, controlling religious ceremonies and knowledge, wielding significant influence. Then, skilled artisans and craftspeople, responsible for the incredible jade carvings and intricate pottery you've seen. And finally, farmers and laborers, the backbone of the Olmec economy. The exact nature of the social hierarchy remains a mystery, of course. We're piecing together clues from the archaeological record. The distribution of goods, the types of burials, the styles of art, all provide hints. But the Olmec left no written language. So much remains open to interpretation. Your imagination can fill in some of those blanks, though. Think about how power and prestige might have been expressed in a society with such sophisticated artistic achievements. So, how did the Olmec connect with the divine? Their religion was deeply intertwined with nature, with powerful forces shaping their lives. You'll find evidence of this in their art, intricate carvings and sculptures depicting figures that represent their gods. Think jaguars, war jaguars, and other powerful creatures symbolizing the raw energy of the jungle and the unseen world. These weren't just decorative, they were deeply symbolic, reflecting their beliefs and rituals. Imagine the ceremonies. The Olmec likely performed elaborate rituals, probably involving offerings and sacrifices to appease these powerful deities. These weren't just random acts, but carefully orchestrated events, possibly tied to the agricultural cycle, ensuring a bountiful harvest. Think about the significance of the rain, the sun, and the earth in their daily lives, and you can start to understand the importance of these rituals. We don't have written records from the Olmec, so deciphering their beliefs is a challenge. But by studying their art, architecture, and the arrangement of their settlements, we can begin to piece together a picture of their spiritual world. The colossal heads themselves, were they portraits of rulers or representations of gods, or perhaps something even more profound, symbolizing the power of the divine and their connection to the cosmos. Now, let's talk about those incredible Olmec colossal heads. You've probably seen pictures, but nothing truly prepares you for the sheer scale of these things. Imagine massive basalt sculptures, each weighing dozens of tons, depicting what appear to be portraits of rulers or important figures. How did they even move these gigantic things? That's a question that has baffled archaeologists for decades. The artistry is breathtaking. Each head is unique, with distinct facial features, headdresses, and even subtle expressions. Some scholars believe these heads represent powerful rulers, perhaps even deified leaders, connecting the earthly realm with the divine. Others suggest they might be symbolic representations of different Olmec city-states or clans. The mystery only deepens when you consider the sheer effort involved in their creation and transportation. Think about it: the quarrying of the basalt, the meticulous carving, the incredible logistical feat of moving these monumental sculptures across miles of challenging terrain. It's a testament to the Olmecs' advanced engineering skills and their highly organized society. These heads weren't just random statues, they were powerful symbols, carefully placed to assert authority, express religious beliefs, and perhaps even to mark significant events or territories. They truly stand as a monument to this fascinating civilization. So you're staring at these colossal heads, right? But who are they? That's the million-dollar question. Archaeologists have spent decades trying to decipher their identities. The most common theory suggests they represent Olmec rulers, maybe even gods. Notice the headdresses, the elaborate adornments. They speak of power and prestige, hinting at a complex social hierarchy. But it's not just about who they are. Think about why they were created. Were they simply portraits? Or was there a deeper meaning? Some believe they served as powerful symbols of authority, reminding the people of their ruler's divine right to govern. Others suggest they held religious significance, perhaps representing ancestors or deities. The mystery remains, and that's what makes them so captivating. The lack of written language makes deciphering their purpose incredibly challenging. You have to rely on visual clues, the context of their discovery, and comparisons with other Olmec artifacts. Each headdress, each facial expression, offers a tiny piece of the puzzle. Imagine the painstaking work of archaeologists, slowly piecing together this ancient narrative. So we've got these giant heads, but what were the Olmecs actually saying? Believe it or not, they had a writing system. It's not like the neat alphabet you're used to. Think more along the lines of hieroglyphs, complex symbols representing ideas, objects, or even sounds. Many of these glyphs are still a mystery, but archaeologists are slowly piecing together the puzzle, revealing glimpses into their rich language and culture. It's a fascinating journey of discovery, isn't it? Imagine trying to decipher a language with almost no surviving texts. That's the challenge facing researchers today. These weren't simple carvings. They were carefully crafted symbols, often integrated into broader narratives on monuments and artifacts. The Olmec writing system wasn't just labels. It was a complex way to record their history, beliefs, and perhaps even their stories. Think of it like unlocking a secret code to understanding an ancient world. You're on the verge of uncovering something truly profound. While much remains unknown, the few deciphered glyphs offer tantalizing hints. They suggest a sophisticated understanding of their world, their calendar systems, and their rulers. This wasn't a primitive society. It was a highly organized civilization with a complex system of communication. The more we learn about their writing, the more we understand the depth and complexity of Olmec society. It's a testament to their ingenuity and a window into a lost world. You're witnessing the slow unveiling of a great mystery. So picture this. You're staring at an Olmec artifact. It's not just a random carving. It's a carefully crafted symbol, packed with meaning. Think of the jaguar, a powerful and sacred creature. In Olmec art, it often represents rulership, strength, and the underworld. You'll see it depicted in different ways, sometimes fierce and aggressive, other times more serene and majestic, revealing different aspects of this complex deity. Then there are the were-jaguars, a truly fascinating element of Olmec iconography. These hybrid creatures, part human, part jaguar, are often associated with shamanistic practices and the supernatural realm. They're powerful symbols, representing the connection between the human world and the spiritual one. Look closely at their features. You'll see a blend of human and feline characteristics, hinting at their transformative nature. Beyond the jaguars, you'll find a whole world of other symbols. Think about the importance of maize, the staple crop. It's often depicted in Olmec art, representing fertility, abundance, and life itself. Sometimes it's shown as a simple ear of corn. Other times it's intricately woven into complex designs, reflecting the profound role agriculture played in their society. Pay attention to the details. They tell a story. The Olmecs weren't just creating art for art's sake. Each symbol, each image, held deep meaning, reflecting their beliefs, their worldview, and their understanding of the cosmos. By studying their art, we can begin to decipher their complex society, their religious practices, and their place in history. It's a journey into a world lost to time, a world that continues to fascinate and inspire. Now, let's talk about jade. For the Olmecs, it wasn't just a pretty green stone. It was practically magic. Imagine the effort involved, finding these perfect jade boulders, painstakingly carving them, then polishing them to an almost unearthly sheen. Think of the power they imbued into these objects, power that you could almost feel radiating from them. This wasn't just artistry, it was a spiritual practice. Jade was so incredibly valuable that only the elite could afford it. Think of the weight of that jade axe, the intricate carvings on the ceremonial masks, the perfectly smooth jade beads adorning a powerful leader. Each piece was a symbol of status, wealth, and most importantly, spiritual power. You're looking at objects that weren't just decorations, they were conduits to the divine. The jade itself was believed to possess inherent power. It was associated with the supernatural world, with fertility and abundance. Imagine the reverence with which these objects were treated, passed down through generations, embodying the accumulated power and wisdom of their ancestors. For the Olmecs, jade wasn't just a beautiful stone, it was a bridge to the gods. So you've seen the jade, right? But where did it come from? That's where the Olmec trade networks come in. They weren't just amazing sculptors, they were master traders, connecting far-flung communities across Mesoamerica. Imagine the journeys, caravans winding through dense jungles, across treacherous mountains, carrying precious jade, obsidian, and exotic feathers. Think about the logistics. Organizing these expeditions, establishing trust with distant groups, negotiating exchanges. It was a complex system that required incredible organizational skills. The Olmecs didn't just trade goods, they traded ideas, customs, and even religious beliefs, weaving a rich tapestry of cultural exchange across the region. This wasn't just about economic gain. It was about forging alliances and consolidating power. Control over these vital trade routes meant access to resources and influence, shaping the political landscape of early Mesoamerica. You can almost picture the power these networks gave the Olmec elite, their reach extending far beyond their immediate settlements. So those jade pieces didn't just magically appear, right? The Olmecs were brilliant engineers. Think about moving massive stones, some weighing tons, to build their monumental structures. We're talking about precise cutting, shaping, and transporting techniques far beyond what you might expect for that era. Imagine the sheer logistical challenge. They mastered earthworks, creating massive platforms and causeways, transforming the landscape to suit their needs. Their understanding of hydraulics was equally impressive. You see, they built sophisticated drainage systems and irrigation canals to manage water resources, essential for agriculture in their environment. This wasn't just basic digging. We're talking about carefully planned networks that controlled water flow, preventing flooding, and ensuring a reliable water supply for their crops and settlements. These were vital for supporting their growing population and complex society. But it wasn't just about practicality. Their artistry and skill in stone carving is legendary. You've already seen the colossal heads, but consider the precision needed to create such massive sculptures, perfectly balanced and incredibly detailed. And the jade work? The intricate carvings and polished surfaces showcase an advanced understanding of material properties and tool-making. They weren't just building, they were creating masterpieces. So those massive stones weren't just for show. The Olmecs had a deep understanding of astronomy, and that's reflected in their incredibly sophisticated calendar system. You see, their calendar wasn't just about marking days. It was intricately woven into their understanding of the cosmos, influencing their rituals, agriculture, and even their social structures. Imagine the meticulous observations needed to create such a precise system, centuries before written language as we know it. This calendar wasn't a single simple count. It was a complex interplay of cycles, combining short-term cycles with longer ones. They tracked the movements of the sun, moon, and possibly even Venus with astonishing accuracy. Think about it. They were predicting eclipses, planning agricultural cycles, and organizing their society based on celestial events, all without the technology we take for granted today. It was a testament to their keen observation skills and their profound connection with the natural world. The legacy of the Olmec calendar is profound. It's a clear demonstration of their advanced knowledge and their influence on later Mesoamerican cultures. The Maya, for example, inherited and refined many aspects of the Olmec calendar system. Their understanding of time wasn't just a practical tool, it was deeply intertwined with their spiritual beliefs and worldview. It's a reminder that even without our modern technology, ancient civilizations could achieve incredible feats of intellectual and scientific prowess. What they achieved is truly inspiring, isn't it? So their calendar wasn't just a way to track time. It was a map of the cosmos. Imagine this. You're an Olmec astronomer, gazing up at the night sky, meticulously charting the movements of the stars and planets. You're not just observing, you're deciphering a divine code, a celestial language spoken by the gods themselves. This wasn't idle stargazing. It was a deeply spiritual practice, interwoven with their understanding of the universe and their place within it. They understood the cycles of the sun, moon, and stars with astonishing accuracy. These weren't just random observations. They used this knowledge to predict eclipses, plan agricultural cycles, and even possibly guide their monumental construction projects. Think about the precision needed to align those colossal heads and pyramids with celestial events. It's breathtaking. This wasn't just science, it was a profound connection to the divine order of the universe. Their calendar, a complex system of interlocking cycles, reflects this deep understanding. It wasn't just a practical tool, it was a living testament to their profound connection to the cosmos, a way of understanding their place in the grand scheme of existence. By mapping the heavens, the Olmecs were essentially mapping their own destiny, weaving their lives into the fabric of the universe. This cosmic awareness permeated every aspect of their society. So you've seen their incredible calendar, a celestial roadmap. But the Olmecs weren't just stargazers. They were mathematicians too. Their understanding of numbers wasn't just for counting. It was fundamental to their worldview, influencing everything from agriculture to their monumental architecture. Think about it. Those colossal heads, perfectly balanced and precisely carved. That takes serious mathematical skill, doesn't it? They weren't just guessing, they were calculating. Their number system, based on a vigesimal system, counting in 20s, was incredibly advanced for its time. Imagine the complexity of calculating the volume of Earth needed for a massive platform, or the precise angles for astronomical observations. This wasn't just abstract knowledge, it was practical, essential for building their society and understanding their world. It laid the groundwork for the mathematical achievements of later Mesoamerican civilizations. You see, their mathematical prowess wasn't confined to grand constructions. It permeated their daily lives. Think about agriculture. Precise measurements were crucial for successful farming, ensuring the survival of their communities. Their understanding of geometry and spatial relationships was also evident in their intricate carvings and the design of their tools. This mathematical foundation became the bedrock upon which later civilizations built their own impressive achievements. So their grasp of numbers was profound. But how did this incredible civilization rise, and just as mysteriously fall? That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Theories abound. Some point to environmental shifts, maybe prolonged droughts, or changes in river courses that disrupted their agriculture and trade networks. Imagine the impact of a failing food supply on a complex society. Others suggest internal conflicts, power struggles between different city-states, perhaps rivalries over resources or trade routes. Picture the clash of armies, the fall of mighty rulers, the upheaval of a once stable system. Could internal strife have weakened the Olmec civilization, making it vulnerable to other pressures? And then there's the mystery of their gradual decline. It wasn't a sudden collapse, but a slow fade-out. Some scholars believe that the knowledge and power of the Olmecs gradually spread to other cultures, leading to the rise of new civilizations that absorbed and adapted their traditions. Think of it as a cultural osmosis, a peaceful transition of power, rather than a violent overthrow. Ultimately, you see, the truth is likely a complex interplay of all these factors. It's a puzzle with missing pieces, and the debate continues. But one thing is certain: the Olmecs left an indelible mark on Mesoamerican history, a legacy that continues to inspire awe and wonder even today. So, their civilization crumbled. But the Olmec influence? That's a different story. You see, their artistic styles, their religious beliefs, even their complex calendar system, these weren't just confined to their own territory. Think of it as a ripple effect, spreading outwards across Mesoamerica. The magnificent colossal heads, they became a kind of iconic symbol, inspiring similar monumental sculptures in later cultures. The Maya, for example, clearly inherited a lot from the Olmecs. You'll find echoes of Olmec artistic motifs in Maya pottery and architecture. Their sophisticated understanding of astronomy and mathematics, that too shows a clear lineage back to the Olmec innovations. It's like they built upon a foundation laid centuries earlier, adding their own unique flourishes to the Olmec legacy. And it wasn't just the Maya. Other cultures, like the Teotihuacan, also show signs of Olmec influence. This isn't just about direct imitation. It's about a cultural exchange, a shared heritage that shaped the course of Mesoamerican history. The Olmecs may have vanished, but their impact remains undeniable, a testament to their enduring power and ingenuity. Their influence continues to resonate through the ages. Completely gone, right? Wrong. The Olmec legacy didn't vanish with their civilization. Think of it like this: they were the grandfathers of Mesoamerican culture. Their artistic style, that powerful, almost mystical feel to their art, you'll find echoes of it in later civilizations, most notably the Maya. Those magnificent colossal heads, they influenced sculptural styles for centuries. Their calendar system, that incredibly precise method of tracking time, the Maya adopted and refined it, making it even more complex and accurate. You see, they built upon the Olmec foundation, adding their own innovations. It wasn't just imitation, it was a sophisticated process of cultural inheritance and development. It's a testament to the Olmecs' enduring influence and their religious beliefs. While the Maya developed their own pantheon of gods and goddesses, the underlying spiritual concepts, the reverence for nature, the emphasis on ritual and sacrifice, these shared roots run deep, all the way back to the Olmec. You can trace these common threads through centuries of Mesoamerican history. It's a direct line of cultural transmission. So, you're thinking, Olmecs? Zapotecs? What's the connection? Well, picture this. The Zapotecs, who later built magnificent cities like Monte Alban, didn't spring up out of nowhere. They inherited a rich cultural tapestry, and a significant thread in that tapestry was woven by the Olmecs. Think of it as a cultural inheritance, a legacy passed down through generations. You'll see echoes of Olmec art, religious beliefs, and even urban planning in Zapotec culture, a testament to the Olmecs' lasting influence. For example, take a look at their art. You'll notice similarities in the depiction of certain deities and mythical creatures, the powerful stylized figures, the emphasis on ritualistic objects. These are all clear links back to the Olmec artistic canon. It's not just imitation, it's a continuation, a refinement, a blossoming of ideas that first took root in the Olmec heartland. It's like seeing a family resemblance across generations, a cultural DNA passed down through time. And it wasn't just aesthetics. The religious beliefs and rituals of the Zapotecs also show a clear Olmec influence. Think about the importance of certain deities, the use of specific symbols, the ceremonial practices. You'll find striking parallels. This isn't about direct copying. It's about a cultural evolution, a process of adaptation and innovation building upon a pre-existing foundation. The Zapotecs took what they inherited and shaped it into something uniquely their own, a testament to the enduring power of Olmec culture. So, the Zapotecs weren't the first kids on the Mesoamerican block. They inherited a rich legacy, a tapestry woven from the myths and legends of the Olmecs. Imagine their stories, passed down through generations, whispered around crackling fires under the vast star-studded sky. These weren't just bedtime tales. They were explanations of the world, of the rain, the sun, the very earth beneath your feet. They were the Olmecs' way of understanding their place in the cosmos. Think about the colossal heads. Were they just portraits of rulers? Or were they imbued with a deeper significance, linked to powerful deities or ancestral spirits? The Olmec myths likely held the answers, weaving tales of powerful beings who shaped the landscape and influenced the lives of the people. You can almost hear the echoes of these ancient voices, whispering secrets from the past. These weren't just stories about gods and heroes. They were explanations of the natural world. The changing seasons, the movements of the stars, all were likely woven into their rich mythological tapestry. Imagine the awe-inspiring ceremonies, the rituals performed to appease the gods, to ensure a bountiful harvest, or to protect the community from harm. You're looking at the foundations of a complex belief system. So what happened to the Olmecs? Their civilization, so advanced for its time, simply faded. It wasn't a sudden collapse, more like a slow unraveling. Scholars have debated the reasons for centuries. And you know what? There's no single answer. It was likely a combination of factors, a perfect storm of challenges that overwhelmed their society. The environmental changes played a huge role. Imagine prolonged droughts, impacting their agriculture, the very foundation of their society. Reduced crop yields would have led to food shortages, social unrest, and ultimately, weakening their power structure. Think of the immense effort needed to create those colossal heads. A prolonged drought would have made that even more difficult. Then there's the possibility of overpopulation. As their population grew, the strain on resources would have intensified, exacerbating the effects of the drought. Imagine the competition for dwindling resources, leading to conflicts within and between communities. This internal strife could have further weakened the Olmecs' ability to cope with the environmental challenges. Perhaps a combination of these factors, along with possible internal conflicts and shifts in trade routes, contributed to their decline. The mystery remains, but by exploring these possibilities, you start to understand the complexity of their story. A civilization that, despite its fall, left an enduring legacy. But their story isn't over. Recent archaeological digs have unearthed incredible new details about Olmec life. Imagine you're carefully brushing away centuries of earth, revealing intricately carved jade figurines, tiny masterpieces showing Olmec people in various roles, from rulers to everyday citizens. These aren't just pretty objects. They offer invaluable clues to their social structure and beliefs. Then there are the monumental constructions. We're not just talking about the colossal heads. Think about the massive earthworks, the carefully planned layouts of their cities. San Lorenzo, La Venta. These weren't haphazard settlements. They reveal sophisticated engineering and a complex understanding of planning and resource management, far beyond what many previously imagined. And the evidence keeps piling up. New discoveries of sophisticated tools, intricate pottery, and even evidence of long-distance trade networks are rewriting our understanding of Olmec society. You're starting to see a picture of a civilization that was incredibly innovative, incredibly complex, and far more interconnected than previously thought. It wasn't just a mysterious collection of giant heads, it was a vibrant, living culture. So what secrets are scientists uncovering? Using advanced imaging techniques, like X-ray fluorescence, researchers are mapping the chemical composition of Olmec artifacts. Imagine seeing the precise blend of pigments used in their vibrant murals, or identifying the sources of the jade and obsidian they prized so highly. This gives us incredibly detailed insights into their trade networks and artistic techniques, painting a clearer picture of their daily life. But it's not just about pretty pictures. By analyzing the chemical makeup of soil samples from Olmec settlements, scientists are reconstructing their environment. You'll see how they adapted to the landscape, what crops they cultivated, and even how their diets changed over time. This gives us a fascinating glimpse into their resource management and their impact on the environment. DNA analysis is also revealing incredible things. Imagine you're peering into the genetic history of the Olmec people themselves. By analyzing ancient remains, scientists are tracing their migrations, understanding their relationships with other Mesoamerican groups, and even learning about their health and diseases. It's like piecing together a giant, ancient family puzzle. Now, let's delve into the fascinating world of Olmec burial practices. Imagine the reverence surrounding death in their society. We're talking elaborate rituals, carefully placed offerings, and a deep connection between the living and the spirit world. Archaeological evidence reveals a complex system of beliefs, far beyond simple interment. You'll see how much effort they put into these ceremonies. Think of the sheer scale of some of these burials. We're not talking about simple graves. These were often elaborate constructions, sometimes including multiple individuals, suggesting complex social structures, and possibly even sacrifices. The positioning of the bodies, the arrangement of grave goods, it all speaks volumes about their beliefs. You might be surprised by the level of planning involved. The items buried with the deceased, jade, obsidian, and other precious materials, weren't just possessions. They were integral parts of the ritual, symbolizing power, status, and perhaps even access to the afterlife. You'll see how these artifacts provide clues to understanding their worldview and spiritual practices. It's a journey into a world where death wasn't simply an end, but a transition. So, you might be wondering, did these incredibly skilled builders and artists also engage in warfare? The evidence suggests yes. While we don't have detailed battle accounts like those from later civilizations, archaeological discoveries hint at conflict. Think about the sheer size of some of the Olmec settlements. That kind of population density often leads to competition for resources and territory. Imagine the clash of obsidian blades, the thud of wooden clubs, the screams of warriors. Evidence of injuries found on skeletal remains supports the idea of violent conflict. But it wasn't just about brute force. The Olmec were sophisticated, and their warfare likely involved strategic alliances, political maneuvering, and control over vital resources like jade and obsidian. Control over these precious materials would have been a major source of power. The impressive colossal heads, you might remember, were likely representations of rulers or important figures. Their creation and placement might have served as a way to demonstrate power and dominance over rival groups. Imagine the message that sent: we have the resources, the skill, and the power. But the Olmec world wasn't just about warfare. You're probably wondering about their social structure, right? Archaeological evidence suggests a significant level of social inequality. Look at the sheer scale of their monumental architecture. Those colossal heads, the massive platforms, their construction demanded a highly organized workforce, implying a hierarchical society. Some individuals clearly held more power and influence than others. The differences in burial practices provide further clues. Elaborate tombs containing rich grave goods, like jade ornaments and elaborate carvings, were found alongside simpler burials with few possessions. This stark contrast in funerary treatment points towards a clear distinction in social status. You see, the wealth and prestige weren't evenly distributed. Think about it. The size and complexity of Olmec settlements, the artistry displayed in their carvings and sculptures, all point to a society with specialized labor. Some individuals were dedicated to artistic creation, while others focused on agriculture or construction. This specialization itself implies a hierarchical system, where different roles held varying levels of importance and reward. It wasn't a completely egalitarian society. That much is clear. But how did women fit into this complex society? You might be surprised. Recent archaeological findings challenge the traditional view of women as solely domestic figures. We're finding evidence suggesting women held significant roles, though the exact nature of their influence remains a fascinating puzzle. Think about it. The intricate textiles, the sophisticated pottery, these weren't created in a vacuum. They required skill, artistry, and organization. Analysis of burial sites reveals intriguing clues. Some elite women were buried with elaborate grave goods, comparable to those of high-status men. This suggests a level of power and influence not previously recognized. We're talking jade ornaments, fine pottery, and even obsidian tools, items that were clearly prized possessions. This certainly hints at a more complex picture than previously thought. Furthermore, the iconography itself may hold the key. Depictions of women in Olmec art, while not as prevalent as those of men, often show them in roles of authority or ritual significance. These images, though few, are powerful and suggest a level of social importance beyond the domestic sphere. It's a reminder that we need to carefully examine all the evidence to understand the full story. So, let's talk about the stuff they used every day. Imagine their tools. Jade axes, meticulously carved and polished, used for everything from farming to building their amazing structures. You'd also find simple, yet effective stone tools for grinding corn, the staple of their diet. Think about the effort that went into shaping each piece, the generations of knowledge passed down to perfect the craft. It speaks volumes about their ingenuity and resourcefulness. Their pottery tells another story. You'll see stunning examples of intricately decorated vessels, some painted with vibrant colors, others showcasing complex designs. These weren't just containers, they were works of art, reflecting their sophisticated aesthetic sensibilities. Imagine the community gatherings, the rituals, and the daily life these pots witnessed, silently bearing testament to the passage of time. Beyond the impressive monuments, you find evidence of their everyday lives in the smaller, more personal objects. Think of the intricate figurines, often carved from jade or other precious materials, depicting humans, animals, and mythical beings. These small treasures reveal a complex spiritual world, suggesting a rich tapestry of beliefs and practices. They offer a glimpse into the heart of Olmec culture, beyond the grand scale of their colossal heads. Now, imagine the sounds of Olmec life. You're standing in a bustling plaza, the air thick with the scent of incense and cooking fires. Suddenly, the rhythmic beat of drums starts, deep and resonant, echoing through the jungle. It's the prelude to a sacred dance, a vibrant expression of their beliefs and their connection to the earth and the cosmos. Think of the intricate choreography, the dancers' bodies moving with grace and power, their painted faces reflecting the sunlight. These weren't just random movements. Each step, each gesture, told a story. They were communicating with the gods, honoring their ancestors, celebrating harvests, or maybe even recounting epic tales. Picture the musicians accompanying them. Flutes carved from bone or wood, conch shell trumpets, and those powerful drums, all weaving together a tapestry of sound. You can almost feel the energy pulsing through the plaza. Music and dance were integral to their culture, not just entertainment, but a way of life. They were tools for communication, for expressing emotions, for connecting with the spiritual realm. Think about the power of that music, the way it could unify a community, inspire awe, or even instill fear. It's a lost language, yes, but one we can still try to understand through the echoes of their art and the remnants of their magnificent civilization. Now picture this. The drums fall silent, and the energy shifts. You see children chasing brightly colored balls made from rubber, their laughter echoing through the plaza. Olmec games weren't just about competition. They were a vital part of their social life, a way to build community and celebrate their culture. Imagine the thrill of a successful throw, the camaraderie of shared play, the simple joy of movement and laughter under the tropical sun. Beyond the ball games, you might witness other forms of recreation. Think of intricate board games, possibly involving strategy and luck, played under the shade of giant trees. Or perhaps you'd see adults engaged in quieter pursuits, weaving intricate textiles or carving miniature sculptures. Leisure time wasn't just about physical activity, it was a chance to cultivate creativity and refine skills, fostering a sense of community and shared accomplishment. Imagine the sounds of these activities. The gentle click of game pieces, the rhythmic tap of weaving tools, the hushed conversations shared among friends and family. These moments of leisure, seemingly simple, were crucial to the Olmec way of life. They offered respite from daily tasks, fostered social bonds, and allowed for the expression of creativity and individual talents. It's a glimpse into a world where work and play were intertwined, enriching each other in a harmonious blend. But beyond the games, you'll see evidence of a sophisticated understanding of their environment. The Olmec weren't just players. They were keen observers of the natural world. Their thriving civilization depended on a deep knowledge of the land, its resources, and the cycles of nature. Imagine the intricate irrigation systems they developed, cleverly channeling water from rivers and streams to nourish their crops. This wasn't just about survival. It was about shaping their world to support a growing population. Think about the sustainable farming practices they employed. They understood the importance of crop rotation and soil management, ensuring the land remained fertile for generations. They weren't just taking from the earth. They were actively working with it, fostering a symbiotic relationship that ensured their continued prosperity. This wasn't simply luck. It was a testament to their deep understanding of ecological balance. Their relationship extended beyond agriculture. The Olmecs skillfully harvested resources from the rainforest, using materials like rubber and wood sustainably. They respected the natural world, not just as a source of sustenance, but as a powerful force that shaped their lives. You can almost feel their connection to the land, a bond forged over centuries of careful observation and mindful interaction. So, what did the Olmec eat? Their diet, you'll be surprised to learn, was surprisingly diverse. Archaeological evidence reveals a reliance on maize, of course, the cornerstone of Mesoamerican agriculture. But it wasn't just corn. They also cultivated beans, squash, and various other plants, providing a balanced intake of carbohydrates, proteins, and vitamins. Beyond agriculture, hunting and fishing played crucial roles. Imagine the thrill of the hunt. Jaguars, deer, and various birds provided lean protein sources. Rivers and coastal areas offered a bounty of fish, shellfish, and other aquatic life, adding vital nutrients to their meals. This wasn't just subsistence, it was a sophisticated system of food procurement. Think about the ingenuity involved. They developed techniques to process and preserve food, ensuring a steady supply throughout the year. Imagine the community gatherings, the sharing of harvests, the preparation of meals, a vibrant social aspect interwoven with their nutritional needs. Their understanding of food wasn't just about survival, it was about community and sustenance. But beyond their diet, what can we learn about the health of these ancient people? Surprisingly, quite a lot. By studying their skeletal remains, archaeologists have pieced together a fascinating picture of Olmec health and disease. You'll find evidence of surprisingly high rates of dental problems, likely from the abrasive nature of their diet and a lack of modern dental hygiene. Imagine what that must have been like. Injuries are also common findings. Broken bones, healed fractures, and evidence of trauma suggest a life that wasn't always easy. Think about the physical demands of their daily life: farming, construction, possibly even warfare. These activities could easily lead to accidents and injuries. Beyond the broken bones, researchers have also identified evidence of infectious diseases. Analysis of skeletal remains reveals signs of infections like tuberculosis, and possibly even leprosy. These findings give us a glimpse into the challenges faced by the Olmec, reminding us that even a sophisticated civilization was not immune to the diseases of its time. It paints a more complete picture of their lives, doesn't it? So you might be wondering, what's the legacy of these incredible people? Well, their influence echoes through the centuries. Their sophisticated understanding of agriculture, for instance, laid the groundwork for future Mesoamerican civilizations. Think of the vast irrigation systems, the advanced knowledge of planting cycles, all springing from Olmec ingenuity. You're looking at the roots of a complex agricultural system that sustained generations. Their artistic achievements also continue to inspire. Those colossal heads, they're not just impressive statues. They represent a mastery of sculpture, demonstrating an advanced understanding of stone carving and monumental architecture. This artistic prowess influenced subsequent cultures, shaping their own artistic expressions and leaving an undeniable mark on Mesoamerican art. Their influence is visible in the art of later civilizations. Beyond the tangible, their societal structures and innovations in governance offer valuable lessons. The Olmec established complex social hierarchies and sophisticated systems of trade and communication. This organizational prowess paved the way for future civilizations, demonstrating the importance of strong leadership and community organization. You can see the echoes of their systems in the structures of later societies. So you've seen their incredible achievements, but the Olmec civilization still holds many secrets. We're still piecing together their writing system, for example. Those glyphs, those symbols, they're incredibly complex, and only a fraction have been deciphered. Think about it. A whole language, lost to time, waiting to be rediscovered. What stories are hidden within those enigmatic carvings? And then there's the question of their sudden decline. Why did this powerful civilization, which had such a profound influence on later Mesoamerican cultures, vanish so abruptly? Did climate change play a role? Were there internal conflicts? Or perhaps something more mysterious? Theories abound, but concrete answers remain elusive. You'll find yourself wondering what untold events caused their downfall. The origins of their unique artistic style also remain a puzzle. Those colossal heads, so iconic, so striking, where did that artistic vision come from? What inspired such monumental sculptures? What beliefs or rituals did they represent? These are questions that continue to fascinate archaeologists and historians today. You can only imagine the dedication and skill needed to create them. So what's next? Well, you can bet archaeologists are still hard at work. New technologies like LiDAR are revealing hidden settlements and infrastructure buried beneath the jungle. Imagine the possibilities, entire cities waiting to be uncovered, adding another layer to the Olmec story. Think of the secrets those structures might hold, the insights they could offer into Olmec daily life, their social structures, and their beliefs. Further research into their complex calendar system and advanced astronomical knowledge is crucial. We're still deciphering their glyphs, those enigmatic symbols that hold the key to understanding their worldview. Every newly discovered inscription could unlock further understanding of their sophisticated mathematics and their unique way of perceiving the cosmos. It's a race against time, as erosion and the elements relentlessly chip away at these priceless artifacts. And let's not forget the colossal heads. Their purpose remains a mystery, but further investigation into the quarries where the basalt was extracted and the methods used to transport these monumental sculptures could shed light on their creation and significance. Imagine the engineering prowess required to move those massive stones across such distances. The answers are out there, waiting to be found. So you've journeyed through the heart of Olmec civilization, witnessed their monumental achievements, and glimpsed their mysterious rituals. But their influence didn't vanish with the decline of San Lorenzo or La Venta. Think about it. The colossal heads, those enigmatic portraits, became iconic symbols, echoing through centuries of Mesoamerican art and culture. Their sophisticated calendar system, a testament to their advanced understanding of astronomy, laid the groundwork for later civilizations. Their mastery of agriculture, their sophisticated social structures, their impressive engineering feats. These weren't just isolated accomplishments. They represent a foundation upon which subsequent cultures built. Imagine the ripple effect. The Olmecs' innovations in agriculture, for instance, helped sustain larger populations, allowing for the development of more complex societies. Their artistic styles influenced generations of artists, and their understanding of the cosmos shaped religious beliefs for centuries to come. You see, the Olmecs weren't just the first. They were the foundation. Their legacy isn't confined to the ruins we excavate today. It lives on in the vibrant tapestry of Mesoamerican history, a testament to their ingenuity and their enduring impact. So next time you see a depiction of a Mesoamerican civilization, remember the shadowy giants who paved the way, the Olmecs, the enigmatic architects of a civilization that continues to inspire awe and wonder. So you've delved deep into the mysteries of the Olmec. This journey wouldn't have been possible without the incredible work of countless archaeologists, historians, and researchers who dedicated their lives to uncovering these ancient secrets. Their painstaking efforts, from excavating monumental heads to deciphering cryptic symbols, have brought this lost world to life. I want to acknowledge their invaluable contributions and encourage you to continue exploring their work. For further reading, I highly recommend diving into the works of Richard Deal, whose book Olmec, The Rise and Fall of the First Mesoamerican Civilization, provides a comprehensive overview. For a more focused look at the colossal heads, explore the research of Carlos Navarrete and other experts who've spent years studying their creation and meaning. You can also find numerous academic papers and documentaries that delve into specific aspects of Olmec culture. Remember, this is just a starting point. The Olmec world is vast and complex, and there's always more to discover. Your exploration doesn't end here. Use this video as a springboard to further investigate their intriguing society and continue to uncover the hidden stories of this remarkable civilization. Keep exploring, keep learning, and keep questioning. This journey into the past is ongoing for all of us. So, what do you think about the Olmec's lost knowledge? It's mind-blowing, right? If you enjoyed this journey into Mesoamerica's past, hit that like button and subscribe for more incredible historical mysteries. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below.